Hi, my name is Kaero, one of your MTG ambassadors, and today I'm going to tell you absolutely everything you need to know about the MTG Arena client. Now, this video is for everybody, but typically it's going to have the most impact for players who are brand new to the game or players that play paper Magic and have not made the jump to digital. If you haven't downloaded the MTG Arena client yet, you can do so with the links in the description. It is free. It's available from the Magic the Gathering website. It's also available on Steam and Epic Games. I'm going to go away now so we can focus on the client without having me in view and obstructing things. Okay, bye. When you first open Arena, this home screen is the first thing you'll see. Beginning at the top left, you'll see the buttons for Home, Profile, Decks, Packs, Store, and Mastery. In the middle of the screen, you'll see a rotating banner with the latest MTG news, deck list, events, and more. And beside that, to the right, you'll see the latest events to go live on MTG Arena. In this case, this video is being recorded just after the Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth set, so we have those events there. Above that, you'll see a bar that tracks your in-game resources. On my account, if I mouse over this first icon here, you'll see that I have 6 draft tokens, 11 play-in points, and 3 jump-in tokens, which I'll elaborate on later. For now, just know this is where you track those resources. To the right of this, we have a wildcard tracker. At this point, I have 115 common wildcards, 157 uncommon, 15 rare, and 0 mythic rare because I've been building a lot of decks for YouTube. To the right of that, you'll see gold and gems. Those are the 2 forms of in-game currency for MTG Arena, which I will get into more later. To the right of those icons, you'll see the 2 cross swords icon. This is the direct challenge game mode where you can challenge your friends directly without the matchmaker system. To the right of this, we have mail, where you'll be notified of client updates, card bans, new set information, and more directly from the MTG Arena team. One message for Arena announcements, just so you can see what it looks like. The book icon is the Codex of the Multiverse, essentially a handy reference for anything relating to MTG Arena should you need further explanation or have questions about game mode, the client, and more. And the cog to the right of the codex is the settings menu, where you can adjust audio, gameplay, and graphic settings, as well as report bugs and access the privacy policy. And last but not least, we're going to the bottom of the screen. The bottom left part of the screen has this little person icon right here, which you can use to chat with in-game friends and issue direct challenges, just like the top cross swords icon. The bottom middle part of the screen is where you track your quests, and just like characters in role-playing games, MTG Arena offers resources for completing daily and weekly quests. Each quest is different, and you can mouse over these icons to see what is needed to complete these quests. Currently, I'm waiting on a new quest because all of mine are done, but I also have my daily win rewards here. Win a set amount of games and get a card, and then a weekly win reward here for 250 Mastery XP, which we will go over in a little bit. To the right of this is Sparky's Challenge. This is something we'll talk more about soon, but basically this is an introductory tutorial game mode, which matches you against AI in order to familiarize you with the flow of the game and how to play before you actually jump in and play against other people. And to the right of Sparky's Challenge is how you track your set mastery. For each set that comes out, there is a mastery path which grants resources, cards, packs, and more as you collect experience and rise in levels throughout the season. The way you collect experience points for mastery is through daily and weekly quest completion. Next, let's check out the 6 tabs located at the top left corner of the home screen. These are kind of your main source of navigation here. So this is the profile tab. From the top left, you're going to see my username followed by some numbers. You might not see the numbers here because I'm going to redact them out of this video, but you will see numbers here if you look at your own profile. You will need your username and the numbers to be able to add your friends to your friend list. So when somebody asks for your name, make sure to include those numbers. Below my name, you'll see my current ranks for both constructed and limited play modes. I'm going to briefly touch on this as it's kind of out of the scope of this video, but constructed play is play with pre-constructed decks using your collections that you bring to the event, while limited encompasses play modes where players use cards opened on the spot from booster packs to build decks for that specific event on the fly. Now below these ranks, you're going to see mastery and set completion. This will always show the latest set to be released. You can see I've collected approximately 75% of the Lord of the Rings set, and to the right you'll see my avatar, which can be changed by using the avatar button below. You'll also see buttons for changing card sleeve styles, decorative pets, and emotes. Currently, MTG Arena does not support direct chat with random opponents, and the emote system is the way you communicate with your opponents. So from here, we're going to jump to the deck tab. This tab is where you create and you manage your decks for constructed play. Here you can see all of the decks I've built for all my various YouTube videos. Deck names are fully customizable. Name them whatever you want so you can remember which deck is which. You'll also see the mana symbols designating the color or colors of the deck. So you can use the mana symbols at the top of the screen to filter decks of a certain color, and the number to the right of the screen shows how many decks you have out of the 100 deck maximum. To create a deck, click the plus sign on the left-hand side of the screen. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see the collection button, which shows every card you have in your collection. Back on the deck screen now, to the right of the collection button, you're going to see a button here that says Deck Details. This is going to show you statistics for the highlighted deck, including the format, the number of creatures, non-creatures, your mana curve, and the number of colored mana symbols in your decks as a collective. Now, if we go back to the next button here, we'll see favorite button. This is something that you can favorite a deck and make sure it's at the top of your list if it's something that you commonly use. We have an import button, so if you find a deck list online in the MTG Arena format, you can export it there and click import, and it will load the deck into Arena. If you'd like to share your deck with somebody else, you can click export, and it will copy it to your clipboard so you can paste it and somebody else can import it into their client. And here we have clone. So you want to make some changes to a deck, but you want to make sure that your deck remains the way it is. You can clone a deck, make a new version of it. So we have Grixis mid-control here, number 2, and we can edit this one while keeping our original deck. So moving right along here, we'll go to the pack screen. This is the most exciting tab because this is where you go to open your packs. These are digital packs you receive as mastery rewards, as part of purchases through the store, as event rewards, or through promotional codes. You can see I have 2 Lord of the Ring packs ready to open, so I'll open this just to show you the animation. We'll see what we've got here. At the top right, you'll see 2 circular icons, one with silver, and then one that's either going to be gold or red cards inside them. These are the wild card progress trackers. Wild cards are cards you can redeem for any card on MTG Arena of the given rarity. And for every pack you open in MTG Arena, progress will be made until you unlock wild cards of the given rarity, which then you can track right up here as we discussed on the home screen. And then we'll start over again. So you see we opened this pack, we saw this tick up over here on the side, and that will continue to happen as you open more packs. So the next tab on the right is the store. Now this is where you can spend in-game resources to obtain booster packs, gems, bundles, avatars, sleeves, pets, all that. And that's all organized down here at the bottom of this menu right here. So you can see everything I just referred to is down there. At the top left corner of this screen, you're going to see your golden pack progress. Golden packs are earned through pack purchases in the store. You can see right here, purchase 9 more Lord of the Rings, March of the Machine, Aftermath, or March of the Machine pack to earn 1 golden pack. Golden packs contain 6 cards. All are rare or mythic rare from the standard legal sets with duplicate protection. And on the top right-hand side of the store tab is where you can redeem promotional codes obtained through purchasing certain paper Magic the Gathering products, such as pre-release packs or when codes are given out as promotions. You do that right up here. The next tab over from the store is the Mastery tab. We talked a little bit about Mastery at the beginning of the video, but Mastery is how you gain benefits from quest experience that you get through daily quests. As you accrue experience, you gain Mastery levels and unlock the resources contained within. And as you can see, I'm currently level 25 for the Lord of the Rings Mastery, and I've obtained all the rewards with check marks by them here on this top level. You can also purchase a Mastery Pass for each set, which unlocks another tier of rewards. That's the second tier you see here locked, because I haven't purchased it yet, but if I elect to purchase it, I can do so at any time using gems via the button on the bottom right hand of the screen. Unlock Mastery Pass right here. You can also preemptively purchase Mastery Access through the store for upcoming sets. So with the home screen done and all the tabs and all the resource trackers taken care of, let's look at how you get into a match. That's going to be through this orange play button down at the bottom right hand of the screen. This is going to launch the play blade. At the top, you're going to find 3 main tabs over here on the right: events, find match, and recently played. One of the biggest questions new players have is, what is the difference between events and find match? So let's start with events. And events are basically just digital version of events you might play in paper at your local game store. There are entry fees ranging from cheap to expensive, and prize payouts and resources relative to the entry cost, usually in gems, packs, or gold. We'll click events and we'll see a variety of events on my screen. You can see Jump Into Middle Earth, Color Challenge, Qualifier Play-In, and a host of other events. Some are offered on a constant basis, and others, like Midweek Magic, are only for a limited time. One of the main ones here are standard events, historic events, and the like. These are very close to a tournament at your local game store. So let's just go click on standard event really quick. Here we see the cost associated for entry at the bottom, so it's 375 gems or 2,500 gold. And if you mouse over these circular icons at the bottom, you're going to see the rewards for how many wins you achieve. In this case, it ranges from a few gems to some gems, starting to get some packs up here, and all the way at the top, you get 500 gems, 3 packs, and 1 play-in point, which we can talk about a little bit later. But those are essentially used to play in more competitive tournaments and qualify for things through Arena. So we've talked about events, let's talk about Find Match. You'll see here it says Ranked, Play, and Brawl underneath of it. So these are ranked and unranked play modes that are entirely separate from the event system for constructed play. If you recall in the beginning of the video, my profile, I showed my limited and constructed rank, and you'll see it reflected here as Diamond. To participate in the unranked queue, also known as the Play queue, simply select Play in the middle, select your format right here, and hit Play, select your deck. Now we talked about Play, we talked about Ranked, but we didn't talk about Brawl. Brawl is a 1v1 format with rules similar to Commander. It's entirely free to play. It is currently unranked, so there's no ranked Brawl queue. Brawl decks may only have one of any card unless otherwise specified and utilize some of the Commander rules. Check the description also for more on Brawl as a format, or use your cog in the top right corner to read up on the different Magic the Gathering formats. Or not the cog, I should say, the Codex of the Multiverse right here. So now that we've covered almost everything about MTG Arena, let's get into the deck building process. So we'll click on decks right here, and if we want to make a new deck, we'll simply click this plus. It'll take us to this screen where we have access to our card pool. The first thing you want to do is come down here to this purple highlighted box in the left-hand corner and click your format. Today we're going to be talking about Standard, and you'll see the card pool has changed to filter out all the cards that are illegal in Standard. So our card pool now consists of only cards that we can play in Standard decks. So this is a lot of cards to look at, so let's talk about filtering. Up at the top here, we have all of our mana icons. If we click one, we're going to see cards only with a certain color that we click. So you can see I'm going through here and clicking all the different colors, and it brings up ones that we were wanting to see and excludes all the others. This gold icon right here is for one or more colors. So let's say we want to take a look at all the white and blue cards. We click white and blue, we click the gold, and we'll see all of the white and blue cards, plus we have cards in here that look like they're just white cards, but they do have blue associated with them somewhere. For instance, Stall for Time takes white to cast, but has a kicker of blue. Or Runic Shot, kicker of blue here, white to cast. Or Broker's Initiate is a creature that costs white to cast, but it also has an activated ability that includes blue. So those cards will be included here as well. If you're finding that the card pool is a little bit hard to read, there is another view here. If you go up to the top right with the cog and the codex up here and the mail icon, you'll see that something has changed here. We have this little rectangle that's a change deck layout. If I click this, we'll see that the cards get bigger, and our deck list is over here on the right hand side. On MTG Arena, you can play best of one, meaning single games against one opponent and then you move on to the next one, or you can play best of 2 out of 3. So if you're playing best of 3 and you want to sideboard after each game, your sideboard icon is right up here below the codex, above the new deck, and you can put 15 cards in there that you can replace during matches. The final thing you should know is that you can search for text on a card in this search box in the top left corner. For instance, if we want to see all cards in the standard format, which we have selected with lifelink, we'll just come in here, we'll type lifelink, hit enter, and it's going to show us all the cards that have lifelink in them. This includes creatures with lifelink like we see here. This also includes spells that give lifelink, but we can refine it even further. Say we only want blue cards with lifelink. Well, we could click blue and then it will filter out every other card with except blue cards with lifelink. We can do the same thing. Maybe we want trample. It's not going to be a lot of blue with trample, but we'll go green, red, and then maybe we only want green, red cards, not red or green, but both. Then we can click this gold symbol right here, and it's going to give us cards that have trample with green and red in the casting cost or an associated ability. Oh hey, you're back at the home screen. So, welcome back. We talked about the client itself, navigating the menus, different play modes, where to find updates, deck building, mastery, the ranking system, and a few other things. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I would very, very much appreciate you hitting that thumbs up, subscribing, sharing with friends or social media, and commenting to let Wizards of the Coast know you like the video so I can keep bringing you more content through the MTG Ambassador program. Thank you very much. Until next time, I hope you have a great day and have fun in MTG Arena.